Hello, denizens of the internet. I am not a graduate in psychology. I'm not an expert in doing surveys. I am completely untrained to properly comment about the data I have secured, but I am a comedian, so that means I am fully qualified. Welcome. So, some of you participated in a Twitter survey, X survey I recently did. The question was very simple. Smartphones' impact on the quality of life. Net positive, net negative. I was honestly shocked at the response. 62% of you selected net negative out of 557 responses. That's not an insignificant number when it comes to doing polls. Of course, what's missing is the demographics of the people who chose to answer. Also, as I have been on the pro-biological women in sports warpath of late, which makes me Cromwell's love child, that means I've lost most of my left-leaning acquaintances, especially those from the acting community. They are very sensitive. In exchange, I have collected a more right-of-center crowd, although I would suggest that many of you are just like me, naturally progressives, who have been pushed right by the unwanted incursion of a radical left espousing unprovable, unfalsifiable nonsense. Sorry, I'm proselytizing. My point being is that I'm fairly certain I did not get an all-encompassing demographic for my survey. Still, I know there are many left-leaning lurkers out there. You just don't want to out yourselves. I understand. Age, of course, is going to come into play here as those of us who remember life before smartphones, social media even, probably either have a better handle on our smartphone habits or your grandkids have to yell at you to stop pressing on the screen for so long because it turns on the app deletion mode. I know my Scrabble game was here somewhere. On the other end of the scale, I don't know how many of you are apps babies, living your entire conscious lives to date entirely immersed in smartphones and apps, and especially those pernicious Instagram and TikTok thingies. I'm fairly certain that my survey did not collect many TikTok influencers whose career path is to be on OnlyFans. Instagram and TikTok reward the flamboyant, and I'll just leave that there. Sure, for you, the smartphone is a net positive because you have no idea how negatively you have been affected. Perhaps later in life, when you're older, when you get off meth, reconcile with loved ones as you look in the mirror regretting the boa constrictor tattoo on your face, you might consider voting net negative. But that's down the road. YouTube is a bit more sane, with a lot more mature and often useful content like this. Since my ex-followers tend to also subscribe to my YouTube channel, I know immediately that you are a smart, articulate cohort capable of rational thought. So, based on all those caveats, what are we to make of the fact that the majority of you believe smartphones are a net negative? In my case, I have to admit that I'm an X addict. I mean, Twitter addict. That X is going to kill me and get me into a lot of trouble. I'm not an addictive personality, except perhaps to my work. But those of you who are smokers, former smokers, drinkers, and addicts, where does your smartphone stack up in relation to those chemical habits? We know we are not going to be able to logic our way into controlling our smartphone addiction, Forget about those algorithms that Apple, Google, Meta have at their fingertips and how they have bent their services to keep you engaged past any healthy metric. That brutal revelation came after Blackberry, or as we lovingly called it, the Crackberry, didn't need those algorithms to keep us addicted. All we needed was email and BBM to cause preoccupied people to walk out against a red light in the middle of a busy intersection. And now those tech bastards have thermonuclear brain algorithms. My God. I packed in Facebook years ago and chose Twitter as my drug of choice because I hated Facebook. Using Facebook, it was the same people calling me an asshole. Whereas on Twitter, it was always new people. It was better. I believe the net negative score comes from knowing we spend too much time on our smartphones. Full stop. Some of it is work-related, of course. Smartphones allow work to extend past the workday. Pushback could be hazardous to your job. You can't stand dinners where everyone, including you, have their faces in their phones. You feel genuinely guilty, but can't break the habit. Watching TV or a movie at home while multitasking with the device in your lap, you do it. You know it's not healthy or even fun. You voted net negative, but are you going to do anything about it? I'm not here to harangue you. Our kids didn't have cell phones until they were in grade 8. Even TV and computers were restricted to the weekends. Was it tough? Yeah. And I'm a technocrat. We had video game consoles, but we played them together. One of the things that always astonished me about talking with less tech-savvy parents who complained about their distant children was that they never wanted to adopt the interests of their kids. Back in the day, kids were addicted to MSN Messenger. Parents were aghast at the number of friends their young daughters would collect, like sometimes 10,000. That was what you did back then. Yes, some nasty shit went down on MSN Messenger, but when I asked the parents if they had an account, they would say no. They never tried or didn't know how to. How many parents today have a Twitch or Steam account? Do you have, heaven help you, TikTok or Instagram accounts? The first line of defense is to restrict usage of these brain-altering platforms. But if you don't have the will to do that, at least be where your kids are. Understand what they are watching so you can talk about it. I think we can teach healthy smartphone use in the same way we can teach healthy eating by cooking with your kids. But if you eat out or order takeout every day and let your kids unsupervised on their devices, you only have yourself to blame. Stay tuned for this classic Frantics Blackberry sketch. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.
Interior boardroom day.
And he says it's all go.
No, I definitely need to. Look, why don't you leave me a voice?
Gentlemen, have a seat. Gentlemen, let's get this meeting started.
Yes, it does include that.
We're going under a bridge.
Oh, we're going under a bridge.
And let's turn off all our cell phones, pagers, and Blackberries. Gentlemen, our backs are to the wall. The board of directors want to know what went wrong. They want an answer in a half an hour. The question is, what are we going to tell them?
Luther,
Yes, Carmine?
how long is this going to take?
Well, it can't take any longer than a half an hour.
Half an hour. I really ought to change my message if it's going to be that long.
Yeah, check.
Gentlemen, forget your pagers, cell phones, and Blackberries. Murray, what are you doing?
Nothing.
You're checking your emails.
No, I'm checking voicemail. It'll only take a minute while you ream these two
We're
out.
keeping all communication devices off until we're done. Now, the main issue is cash flow. We're in desperate need of new financing.
Luther,
We've
look at
gone to
Murray.
our sur-
Oh, for God's sake, just give him back his BlackBerry.
We're supposed to be businessmen.
Yeah, modern businessmen. This is what businessmen do. We call on phones. We check for messages.
You're supposed to think.
No, we don't think, we respond.
And you don't even think about your response. You just type and send. You could type ugly glug and it wouldn't matter because content isn't important, only speed.
Hi. Hi, how you doing? It's Murray Cohen here. Hey, listen, did you get that contract? Oh, don't just... Oh, where's my...
Okay, now he's hallucinating. Give him back his BlackBerry. This is serious.
Serious? I'll tell you what's serious. If we don't find a buyer by the end of the day, we're going under.
Hi, I'm Murray Cohen. Sorry I can't take your call right now. Leave a message and have an awesome day. Oh, hi, Murray.
Okay, that's it. I am gonna give Murray his BlackBerry back.
You do, and you're fired.
I am not gonna stand by and see my friends suffer because you're a fascist.
120 emails and, hey, 200 penis enlargement offers.
See? Nothing to say, no content.
Whoa. We got an offer from the Broad Letter Group, but we have to respond by 3 p.m. They're gonna buy us out.
That's it. That's in 10 seconds. 6, 5.
Yes! Say yes!
Yeah, okay, hang on.
Hurry, Murray, hurry!
You want to be CC?
No, just send
I'm
it!
going to be sent!
With 1 second to spare.
Well, congratulations, Murray. You saved the company.
Ugly glug. Well, that should do it.
Yeah, I think it's good. All right. Oh, good. Look at this.
Hey, Murray,
New game.